Dream big, think bigger. Imagine living a life beyond your wildest dreams, where there is no limit to the amount of joy, privilege, and knowledge you have access to. Now think, when you have finally made it to this glorious destination, who is around you? Is it your friends, family, or both? When contemplating the answer to these questions, think beyond material things that grant instant gratification. A brand new car with a huge house and unlimited clothing would be great, but this time around, think about what would make the inner you fully satisfied. When dreaming big, including realistic aspects of your life outside of tangible things is a great place to start to create a firm foundation to build upon. Imagine what it is that would deliver an even greater impact to your home life, work life, and even your social life. For example, my dream is to become the healthiest version of myself, a part of which included being physically fit. This would fit into the category of home life. I first imagined having a feasible regimen of exercise of at least 3 times a day, paired with putting food in my body that not only tasted good, but encouraged me to feel my best. I then began imagining myself being able to do squats for a minute straight and even running a marathon one day. Intense, I know. I went a little further and wondered about the type of doors that opened to those that had already achieved this level or greater in fitness. The shows I watched growing up that thrived on physical prowess, like America's Best Dance Crew and even Dancing with the Stars, came to mind. That was it. I wanted to dance with the stars. Imagine how amazing that would be. To be in shape and to train with the best. Yep, that's it. Motivation. That day I put pen to paper and started with a low impact regimen. Being able to dream is what got me excited to get up. Being able to dream is what gave me the courage to start anywhere, somewhere. At the time I had imagined this for myself, I was nowhere near it. My physical shape at that moment was me making it up a flight of stairs, desperately trying to hide my heavy breathing. This experience showed me that though I was not in a situation to where I could take advantage of an opportunity like that at the time, it would not stop me from imagining a transformation that I could dedicate myself to over the next few years of my life. If you don't already know who I am, my name is Ebony, and I'm from Washington. Growing up, I moved around a lot, so I had the chance to be around and pull motivation from all sorts of communities, including different sport teams in school, and even marching band. Life hit and I found myself starting back at the beginning of dreaming big and thinking bigger, which is what landed me here speaking to you. At first, I spent a lot of time comparing my real life to everyone's highlight reel. I had a bad case of the them versus us mentality. The them versus us mentality is when we reserve greatness and higher standards for those who seem to be better qualified without giving ourselves any benefit of the doubt, ultimately creating a disadvantage before even trying. Looking at celebrities and others that had seemed to have gone to the moon and back in their life put me in a place of authentic reflection. It made me really want to understand what they were doing out of the ordinary to be able to live differently. We spend most of our lives going to see other people to do great things in life, whether it is going to a concert to listen to sweet melodies being sung or catching the exhilaration of a sports event. We are used to gathering around to watch others live our lives to the fullest. At times we forget that we ourselves possess the capability with due diligence of doing the same. So what stops us? Most of the time, it's limiting beliefs. These are pre-established truths in our lives that we often do not bother to question because the common excuse is that's just the way things are. For example, in elementary school, I believed that if I swallowed my gum, it would not digest for 7 years. Ridiculous, I know, but I'm sure that I'm not the only one. I thought if I swallowed too much gum within the 7-year mark, my chance of it being digested would diminish and a whole gum tree would grow from my stomach. And that would be it for me. That was in elementary. And though ludicrous, I believed it for quite some time. Pause and reflect on some things that you have been told about your own way of life that you may have never thought to challenge. Are you expected to live up to an expectation that you are not entirely sure you truly believe in? Take this time to think about one thing that has lied dormant in the back of your mind that you may have vaguely questioned, but never took the time to truly learn more in depth about. It could possibly change the trajectory of your whole life. Reflecting on and beginning to understand the way you perceive is the first step to understanding the natural possibilities you currently have to offer the world. We are all created uniquely for a purpose, and it is our job to take the time to truly discover that in any way that we can. Luckily, there are many ways to go about it, one of which includes analyzing the things that have consistently revealed themselves in your life. Typically, there are certain tells about your life that can give you a clue about what you were truly created to do. Think about the things that you naturally excelled at, or even the compliments you received that often repeat itself. For example, throughout my life, I would constantly find myself in situations where I'm talking to those dearest to me through some of the hardest times in their life. I was typically the go to in the friend group to help alleviate stress whenever things got tough. Over the years of spending numerous hours providing encouragement, a safe place to vent, and sources of tailored action to take to overcome these trials, through self reflection, it finally dawned on me that this was something that truly came easily for me. I figured this was a tell because I naturally had a deep sense of care and understanding. After this epiphany, I decided to figure out how to take this unveiled skill to another level to reach more while continuing my own development. I was eventually able to hone my skill in a way that gave me even more room to grow. And this is something that can be recognized in you as well. The process looks different for everyone because we have different talents and tendencies, but ultimately, there is something deep down that you naturally hold within to give the world that, if you look a bit closer, has been showing up and revealing itself to you in different forms over and over again. This was my own honest experience, and those were my tell signs. That showed me that I was meant to be the person that encourages others through uncertain times while promoting healthier living. My room to grow strategy included me taking the time to research industries of professionals that were already in the business of successfully utilizing that aspect of themselves. I figured out the journey they took to get to where they were, and then I made it my life's plan to dedicate myself to whatever it took to acquire the transformation. Purpose curiosity is the main reason I began to seriously consider dreaming big and thinking bigger. Those tells in your life, whether it be your natural inclination to host events or create art that brings light to the eyes of those around you, that, my friend, is where you start on your own purpose curiosity journey. Being curious means to have an interest in further understanding that things that have already caught your attention or have yet to. Take this time to head to the journal section in the back of the book to dig a little bit deeper. You may be surprised with what you find yourself coming up with.